9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Are you ready?
All right, welcome to Hardweight Wrestling. What is today? Today's Thursday. Throwdown Thursday. I don't even know what day it is. I'm so screwed up. Today I got with me, I have to my left, you're right, or you're up, you're down, depending on if you're laying on your back or not, staring at the lights like Brian Hartley usually does. I have Tricky Ricky, and below me I have a Scotty, two bodies, and to his left or your right, depending on if you're on your back. Brian, the second. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get this right. Second generation sensation. Brian Hardy.
That was great. Like, that sounded kind of like how Evan would do it. That's awesome.
I'm way better than Evan.
And Mr. Puffers.
Don't forget Mr. Puffers. He's in the house. He's like, get that camera out of my
Big
face.
fat sumbitch.
He is about to give us the Christian treatment.
Yeah.
About 5 seconds. So, all right, we're going to go over some AEW stuff, and then we are going to get into Fastlane, right? So, which is a pay-per-view that's coming up this Saturday on the clock.
Yep.
So, did you guys catch AEW last night? Scotty, yes. I'm sure you did.
I didn't catch all
the
of it.
The majority of it.
Morning. So.
Okay. Well, we got a return last night. We got another return. This AEW and I think AEW does this better than most companies, except for the Hardy Boys return. That I kind of fell off my fucking chair when that happened. But AEW does it right. Wardlow is back.
Mm-hmm.
He showed up last night and he went on to absolutely
TKO Griff Garrison.
Griff Garrison.
He's probably got vertigo right now from all them power bombs.
He absolutely completely destroyed Griff Garrison. As far as I know, when Griff left the ring, he left from underneath.
He probably feels like he's on one of them carnival rides.
And I like the way they ended this match. It was like 5 power bombs or 6 power bombs, however many it was. And then they just ended the match, right? I don't think Wardlow should ever leave his feet, even for a pin. I think this is how he finishes everybody, honestly. I love the way this finish was. Would you
it
think,
looks
Brian?
like a heel turn.
I think he's everything that a big guy should be, honestly. And even last night, I was like, man, like he came out and right away, like, you know, they're giving him that Goldberg treatment, as everyone always says. You know, you hear it in the crowd, Wardlow, you know, like that kind of stuff. He's over. He's got a good look. He's got good gear. I give him a 10 out of 10.
Okay, Ricky.
It almost seems like a heel look, and man, does he not get paid by the hour?
No, he does not. He does not.
He was in and out of there. I don't even think Griff Garrison saw it coming. He was just beat down, power bombed, and done.
Well, Griff did see it coming. You saw he was trying to do the thing where he was holding onto the ropes and he was stretching, but he was looking over his shoulder. Now, by the time the truck hit him, it was over with.
Oh yeah.
Now, was that the first time that we've seen Griff Garrison on TV in quite a while?
It said his 23 debut on the on his little promo thing, or the thing they had on the screen.
Yeah, the bottom third. I didn't even see that it was his debut.
They haven't done anything with him since Pillman left.
Well, rest in peace, Griff Garrison. Scotty, they bring Wardlow back. What do they do with him? Who do they put him in a program with? Who is a guy that you'd love to see Wardlow absolutely beat the piss out of?
Thing, like, I don't remember if they've done it yet or not, but considering that he loves to take an ass kicking, I would love to see a big man, little man match with Darby. I think that Darby's style is kind of very, very complimentary to Wardlow's. Wardlow is just big beat down, and Darby can take a hell of an ass kicking. And he can do some offensive moves too. Now I do agree he shouldn't go off his feet for any reason. Wardlow shouldn't. But like I would love to see Darby do one of those dives that he does, one of those like suicide dives where he just lays to a guy, and not watch Wardlow get knocked back a few steps, but watch him not necessarily not a not sell, but like watch him take it and absorb it, and then just come back powerhousing even further, harder and further along, because I think that would be a good dichotomy of two different styles that would work well with each other. So I would like to see a Darby Wardlow deal, but Wardlow coming back, I am so happy about this. Like you said, Brian, Wardlow is over. I'm looking forward to seeing what these guys can do with him. And honestly, down the road, like I could see him, I mean, even, another guy that just popped into my head, heel turn Wardlow, babyface MJF. Maybe that could be something interesting down the road. So who knows? We'll see what they're going to do.
Ricky, who do you think we should put? They should match up with Wardlow.
See, looking at the heel turn look right now. See, I'm not really sure right now who'd be a good idea, and I'm sure Tony Khan doesn't know either. He's probably just going to bring Wardlow in for like 4 or 5 squash matches until he can't figure that one out. Yeah, Darby would be a good one, a good, tough, small guy to go at him. I agree with Scotty on that, because Scotty's always right.
You better believe
true.
But yeah, I would like to see that what Scotty described, where Darby does go through the rope, except Wardlow just stand there and just take that little missile dart and just watch Darby just fall flat on his face after hitting him right in the chest. And Wardlow not even moving.
Brian, who do you think we should match this guy up with?
It's hard to say. I mean, as far as Wardlow is concerned, I think that we can pretty much put him against anybody, and it would probably be a fairly decent match. But I want to see him against bigger guys. So, I mean, kind of contrary to what you guys are saying, little guy versus big guy, that's cool. But I kind of want to see him against just a huge, and I'm not talking about like Powerhouse Hobbs or any of that kind of stuff, because I think we've even already seen that before.
Seen it. Yeah, we've seen it.
That's who he lost the TNT title.
I don't know, like somebody big that we haven't seen him against, I think would be all right. And I don't know. I think he's Vince McMahon's every wet dream, and I think AEW got him right now. So,
well, my vote is Samoa Joe.
There we go. That's cool.
Love to see Wardlow, Samoa Joe go out.
They already did.
We've already seen that.
They already did.
Oh, he did?
He dropped the TNT title to Joe, and then he got it right back.
Yeah,
I'm an idiot then.
Remember, it was
I didn't remember either. So.
It was Joe, Hobbs, and Wardlow.
Gotcha.
And that was in the middle of like Wardlow's 38th TNT title run.
All right, well, I'm changing my answer to Nyla Rose.
Really quick question. What do you guys think of a Lance Archer? Because I was
thinking Archer, but we haven't seen Archer in like months.
I don't know Lance Archer's got a good look. I don't know that he's the greatest of wrestlers. He's kind of he reminds me of Brody, right? Like he just comes in and wrecks shop. If they gave him a cowbell to swing around, I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. But I don't. Like, he's a guy that's in and out of the company. I don't know that he's I think he just comes to the spot stuff. I don't know that he's actually under contract.
Yeah.
He's so good.
He loves New Japan.
He's there. I was going to say he's there to just put guys over when he is there. And I mean, he is a New Japan guy. So like, that's the thing. He probably could go the rest of his life just doing stuff in Japan and making his living that way.
Takeshita would be a good one too, I think.
That actually,
Yeah, that'd be a real good one. So, all right. Well, welcome back, Wardlow, and RIP Griff Garrison. Okay, we saw last night. We saw artist formerly known as Edge, Adam Copeland, come out last night and address the crowd. And he, I tell you one thing. there's a lot of guys that can talk you into seats or shoot a great promo when Edge or Adam Copeland, whatever you want to call it, when he is talking, he draws so much emotion. He talked last night about, they came in, him and Christian came in together, and Christian was Lex Luger, or no, Christian was Sting, and he was Lex Luger, and it was them against the world, and they were one of the best tag teams again, and he wants to get them back together, and like he draws so much emotion, and Christian stood there so stoic and perfectly letting Copeland get out what he had to get out. And then he dropped the bomb on him. So
he gave him the hug first.
Well, he pulled him in for the hug. Yeah, he pulled him in for the hug and told him to go fuck himself. So I believe Christian's been waiting to say that to a lot of promoters, a lot of owners, and he got to say it to Copeland last night. So pretty awesome TV moment. If you ask
money.
me.
It's money.
Absolutely money.
He's getting that heel heat really, really good right now, and he's the top heel we need since MJF went face.
Yeah, I think Scotty, what do you see out of this? Of course, Copeland's going to have to run the gauntlet. He's going to have to run through Luchasaurus, which he's got that
on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, and he's going to have to run through Nick Wayne.
Yeah.
And
then he's got
Powerhouse Hobbs now that he's got to deal with.
No. Hobbs is with the Callis family.
Oh, my bad. I know he showed up last night and kicked somebody's ass, but
that was Jericho and Omega. Who knows? Wrong Canadians. Wrong Canadians.
My bad. It is an all Canadian show last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, close. Well, he's also got to run the gauntlet through all of Christian's stepkids.
Oh, that's true. And then every mom that Christian has plowed over the years. So, and I was telling Ricky right before we got started that Nick Wayne came out and said that he gave Christian permission to plow his mom, which is fucking amazing. But anyway, we know we're going to get this feud eventually. Are we looking forward to this? I mean, is this? We know what Christian's going to do. Christian's going to hold up his end regardless. Like he's going to be that great. Can Edge keep up?
Oh, absolutely.
If Christian holds up his end, he might be the one getting plowed, but that's
okay.
I'd
pay $50 for that.
Well, we saw Edge go toe to toe with Balor at what was that, Mania, in a cage match.
Yeah,
and Edge looked solid there. I think these two are going to be money either way. I don't necessarily want to see the TNT title involved. Just a prop at this point. I just want to see a good feud, a good rivalry without that mid-card TV title in there.
Is it me or is that TNT title like a children's title? Like, is it this big? Like, it's really small.
Yeah.
Last night, Christian
looks like something you get at Walmart.
He was holding it, and his hand pretty much wrapped around the strap. I was like, did we run out of money? We didn't upgrade for the...
Well, it's better than the WWE tag titles that look like a Velcro Walmart version.
Yeah.
Well, you know why they're Velcro, because everybody keeps getting hurt, so they're easy to pull off.
Yeah.
So, have you ever been in the vicinity or in the ring with either one of these guys?
Christian, plenty of times backstage. Really nice guy. I've never met Edge. Never been around him, anything like that. But I do have to agree. I think watching him last night, he was just oozing charisma during his promo. I totally was captivated because I was a little stinger when I was a kid. So I was the kid that was going to the barber shop showing the picture of Sting with the deal and the rat tail in the back. And that was me. So I could totally relate to all of that. And it was kind of crazy. I think that I mentioned last night to my son that I think it would be absolutely hilarious if Christian walked out with Nick Wayne's mom on his arm one time.
That would be gold.
That would be absolutely amazing. And I understand, the other night she was acting like she was upset, like to her son, like, how could you do this? But let's see it go the other way. Let's see Christian actually conquer the mom and, come on out to the ring with her as well and stuff. It would be over. But I think that overall for Christian and Adam Copland. There we go. I don't want to say the wrong name. I think that we're going to see something very special with the two of them. And if anything, right now, he is going to be the replacement for all the money. I'm not saying he's going to make the gate of what was being made before, but he's going to be the replacement and the filler of what is currently being lost with Phil Brooks, CM Punk.
Gotcha. Well,
Yeah,
I thought
exactly.
I'm with you. I think it'd be great if he had Nick Wayne's mom on one arm and Trent's mom on the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
And they all just
have Trent drive up with the minivan and let them all out.
That's what I was getting ready to say. You know how we've seen beer trucks and
Milk
Zambonis
trucks.
and maybe we get the minivan to come down to the ring and just let all of Christian and his women out.
Yeah, the only thing I would have done a little differently in that segment is at the very end when you were wasting time on saying this is who he already knew who his opponent was going to be. Why walk him out? I understand if you're not an AEW fan and you're just turning on TV for the first time, it's like you want to see who this guy is and stuff like that. But at the same time, I would have actually hit a better line than that to like end the show out and everything. Something as simple as he's on the kick of talking about everybody's dead dad. Why not talk about Edge's dead career in the other company? That's why he's here, because he's trying to rejuvenate something that he can't get back. And now he's trying to, get the rub off of Christian.
Well, it's hard to top. It's hard to top. Fuck you.
Yeah, I do like every time Christian at his final word, he goes as far away as possible.
Yeah,
he always ends it at the top of the stage, and then he turns around with the microphone.
There was an after segment that I saw online where Luchasaurus gets in the ring and he punches Edge, and then he has him up for the choke slam, but Edge gets off of it and runs the ropes and spears him, and then spears Nick Wayne, and Christian slides in the ring with the belt, and Edge turns around and he slowly slides back out.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I love a good chicken shit heel. And I think that's why I loved Adam Cole, especially on the independents for a long time before he was even doing NXT or AEW or anything like that. Like, I loved the chicken shit heel that Adam Cole could be, because he was talking all this smack. And then all of a sudden, when you thought that he was going to be Mr. Tough Guy, yeah, I'll take you on. He was like, oh, never mind. Just kidding. I'm not really that guy. So,
yeah, I think I'm going to start rocking a turtleneck.
Yeah.
or just a dickie. Just a half a turtleneck, no shirt. I think that's the way to go.
There you go.
That'd be good heel.
New Jonathan Cross attire.
Always looking to bedazzle something.
But
just don't lose those shoes.
Here's an interesting thing to think about.
Don't lose what?
Don't lose those shoes.
Buddy, you haven't even seen the other ones. I got a gold pair, bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got a gold pair. I've only worn them once though. They got glitter on them, so every time I get them out of my gear bag, everything's got glitter on it. So I got to bag them up before I put them in there. All right, moving on. We got
hold it.
My bad.
Yeah, I want to say on that. So the Christian Edge thing again. I love the fuck you at the end of the deal. I think though, like with Adam's promo and with the way they're going to do this. Like when they turned Christian on Edge in WWE, it was okay, but it really like the meaning behind it just wasn't there. Like there really wasn't any a good enough storyline to there was the jealousy angle, but it never played right to me in WWE. Now, when they've both had good singles runs, when they've both done a lot outside the business, or like away from each other in the business, now there is a reason. Now, because Christian can say, you know what, we both had our careers. Yours has exceeded mine, but that just makes me more determined to beat the daylights out of you to prove I'm better. And,
absolutely.
So I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with this. I hope they don't screw it up and cross my fingers. But I hope they can play this right. And if for whatever reason, this turns out to be Edge's last hurrah, if he decides to retire in the next year, 2 years, a couple years down the road.
He signed a full-time contract.
Huh?
He signed a full-time contract. He's going to be there every week on Dynamite and Collision because this is what WWE would not give him. This
Yeah.
is why he is in AEW now.
But here's the thing about it. Okay. And again, like, while I get what you're saying, what kind of worries me is, their style and how they run things with, injuries and stuff like that.
Injury.
And like neck. Edge.
Don't worry, they got top-line medical team.
Yeah. Yeah,
The guy that saved Jerry Lawler's life's there. So
yeah, just ask Mox. They got a top flight medical team. All right.
Hey, he's doing commentator work currently, so he's still taken care of.
Yeah. But yeah, like again, like, not saying that anything is going to happen to him, but I mean, Sting is wrestling. Again, Sting's older than Edge, of course, but Sting is wrestling with neck issues and other issues and stuff like that. So it just makes me a little worried that if something does happen to him in the ring, yes, he is on a full-time contract right now, but if something does happen, he might be gone the next couple of years. Not saying anything is going to happen to him. I don't want anything to happen to him. Please understand that. But that being said,
not see Roddy Strong now. He's got a top-notch neck brace. He is taken care of.
He's taken care of. I think, and we're going to end this right here, but I think Copland's biggest attribute or biggest contribution to AEW is going to be in the back. I don't think it's going to be in the ring. He's going to have his spot match. He's going to run the gauntlet here with Christian and his guys, and we'll see different guys along the way. But I think him being a mentor and him being a top guy in the back is, and Brian was right. He's going to replace, maybe not put butts in seats, because Copeland was kind of boring at the end of his run there with WWE. But I think his contributions to the back are going to be the biggest part of him being there. And they need that guy that's not looking to dump on everything you do or tell you can't do this and you can't do that. Or maybe he is going to do that, but he's going to do it in a way where it's not going to make you feel threatened, or it's not going to make you feel like you're not good enough. I'm not Copeland, so I can't do this, right? And that's kind of how CM Punk was. He was very entitled, and he thought that his shit didn't stink. And so I believe Copeland's big.
God, he shakes his head.
Yeah. No, you don't agree?
Nope, I don't. We can do it. We'll do one day where we do an entire CM Punk show where I let loose on exactly what I think. But for the time being, like, just because he's a big star and has a bit of an ego doesn't mean that he's not trying to do things right by the business.
A bit.
I can agree with that. I'm a huge CM Punk fan, so I'm like, it's rough because people are like, you're a Bucks fan and you're a CM Punk fan, and I'm like, you're not gonna make me choose. I like them both. Like,
well, that's the end of Brian's run on this. No, listen,
it goes back to, again, on how you address things and talk to people.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're going to talk to them correctly, they will listen, or at least try and compromise. If you're going to talk to them and threaten them, it's just adding fuel to the fire.
Listen, I'm not a CM Punk fan by any means. I do like some of his stuff. I like CM Punk the wrestler, not CM Punk. I don't like Phil Brooks. I hate Phil Brooks.
Gotcha.
And in ATCW, I do a lot of backstage stuff, a lot of shit that people don't see. I talk to guys, I give them finish. I do a lot of stuff, but there's a line I don't cross, and there's a place where I know my role, and I shut my mouth. I don't overstep. I go to if it's something I feel like I shouldn't be dealing with, or I shouldn't have to. If it's above my pay grade, right? I always say
that's a small envelope.
Thing. Let me get with Chucky. We'll talk it out. We'll figure it out. And I think that CM Punk was a different story. I hate talking about him, but I think CM Punk was a different story. He just was like, "Thanks, Tony. I'll take it from here," and it's just. push Tony his stupid hat out of the way, and he just kind of tried to. I mean, they gave him his own damn show.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't work with anybody, or couldn't work with anybody, or only certain people would work with him, and he alienated a lot of people. I mean, you can't have that in the back room of. We could do this all day, bro. I mean, we could do this all day. So, but we're not going to. We'll do a CM Punk. What you think about CM Punk show? Because have you ever been in the back with CM Punk? Have you ever worked with CM Punk at all? Brian?
Multiple times. Never worked with him, but been in the back with him multiple times. I got a cool story or two about him in my book. So yeah,
Ooh, excerpts. Bring it in excerpts. All right, we're gonna move on here. We got Adam Cole, baby. He's gonna be out quite a while. There was reported today that he is gonna need 2 different surgeries and 8 screws to get that ankle right.
Well, no, it's only 6 screws and 2 of them they're putting in his neck.
okay.
Just so he can look like Frankenstein.
Jesus, Scotty.
Well, that's if they put him in his cheeks, then when the Bucks come in and they kiss him, then there's like a little bit of a zzz, a little bit of a. So, Adam Cole said this today. My ankle is broke. For you people that keep thinking he's faking, he's not faking.
No.
My ankle is broke. When it's all said and done, when I'm eventually able to get everything all fixed, I'm going to need to get 2 surgeries, and it will be a total of 8 screws and a plate in my ankle. So not ideal. It's incredibly painful. It's the most pain and injury I've ever been in. Speaking to the doctors, they said it's an absolute freak thing that happened. No idea how it happened, but he's doing his best to stay positive as he can. Obviously, this is a soul-crushing thing. Really, really bummer thing that's happened to Adam Cole. If anything, it's more painful mentally and physically. It really, really hurts as well. So, Chugs is going to be out. I mean, that's just bottom line. He's not coming back this year, most likely. And if he does, it'll be on I'm sure he'll be there. Like he's riding around right now on a scooter, a one-legged scooter, chasing Roddy around. So,
that was hilarious. Like I just questioned if he was still going to do any of these vignettes with MJF, and then they do one with Roddy, and he's sitting there struggling to move his furniture around while Taven's petting a fucking giraffe. I was dying.
Yeah, it was weird because last night they aired that first segment. All the audio was screwed up, so then they re-aired it again.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Oh, is that what happened?
That's what I was talking to Wyatt about before I went to work.
I saw you guys.
I was like, "Way to go, AEW! Screw up the audio."
They've had a lot of audio issues here in the last couple shows that I've watched. Brian, you happen to be a buddy of Adam Cole's.
Baby, yeah. So did you just
wait a minute. You're a buddy with Adam Cole, and he's got a bunch of free time on his hand coming up. Get him on the hard way.
I don't know. I don't know if we could pull that off, or if Roddy's going to get jealous.
Listen, Brian can come too. I got 2 more windows, bro. Scotty won't be here. Ricky won't be here. We'll make sure it happens. You just
fuck you. I will be here.
What?
So, yeah, I just sent you a photo of me and him from 2008. Talk about a young Adam Cole and a young Brian Hardy, and that was when I was refereeing. I didn't make my pro debut as a wrestler until 2009. So, 2008, I was refereeing Adam Cole matches.
Where's this picture?
I'm give me 1 second here, and I will get that right up.
Must be coming on the screen. Are we live today, by the way?
We are not live. We are not live.
Just recording.
We are just Memorex. That's all.
All right.
There you go. I have it up on the screen right now. That is a young Adam Cole. It actually looks like he's the exact same size as he was today. And Brian, that's you in the corner?
In the corner, man.
Okay. Well, look at you with a full head of hair.
Back then, and a referee shirt tucked in, and an armband like Mike Chioda, because Mike Chioda was one of my favorite refs as a kid, besides Joey Morella. So got the sweatband on.
Man, that guy looks like Owen back there. Mr. Owen Money.
He gets so mad at me, man. Like I said, we won't even go into that. Let's go into Fastlane. But I'm like, Owen's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. He's like, why do I have to start out as a ref? I'm like, because I said you do. You got to pay your dues. You got to be on the ring crew. You got to start out as a ref. Like, simple as that.
I love that. So, again, Adam Cole's going to be out quite a while. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of vignettes with him and Roddy and MJF going forward. Eventually, MJF, he's going to relinquish those belts. I don't think he can.
Like I said, it's probably going to end up a 1-on-2 against the Kingdom, and then that's going to be where he loses them.
Yeah. So go ahead, Scotty.
No, it wouldn't surprise me. But the next question though is, okay, yes, he'll be around, probably in a walking boot or whatever they're going to do to help keep him, but what does this do for the best friends angle that they're doing? Like, because if he's out for 6 months, can they keep this going for 6 months and then bring it back and finally have now? And maybe this actually might be the best thing, because instead of, like, they could keep this going in vignettes and other ways, and then finally when he comes back, he can Adam Cole can turn on MJF. And boom, we now finally have the chance to see MJF, the true the true MJF and the true Adam Cole, go head to head for the title. So
Absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, now that I think about it, this might be the better option to have had. No, I don't like the fact that he got injured, but hey, now this might actually help build this thing and build the they can build it up so far that when he comes back, the turn will be even more impactful.
Yeah. So. If I'm writing this, okay. So, and we all the time we have stuff going on. We had our heavyweight champion can't make 2 shows. He's got to drop the belt. Blah 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 blah. We got all kinds of stuff going on. So if this happens to one of my guys, the first thing I'm doing is I'm ending their story. I'm telling MJF's story, as in he lost his friend. He never lets anybody into his life or his heart. He let this guy in, and now he's gone. Right? He's gone. He's heartbroken. He loses these belts to the Kingdom. He turns around. He loses his world title. Ooh. Now MJF becomes this total mess of a person.
Are you going into the depressed Baron Corbin?
He lets himself go. He's got a stain on his shirt. He's not singing on Rosie O'Donnell anymore. Like, he is completely gone crazy.
He's sleeping on the sidewalk in Brian Hardy's cowboy hat.
He's homeless. he's homeless. Actually, he's sleeping under Tony Khan's hat. He starts dating the bunny, right? I mean, his life goes downhill. And when Adam
trying to get dance lessons from Daniel Garcia and Prince Nana.
I love that guy. I do love that guy. Anyway, and then in 8 months or 6 months or whatever, he comes back 5 months, 4 months. He's a young guy, so he'll heal fairly quickly. Then they start telling the story of the get back, the comeback. MJF's trying to get back, and Adam Cole is there, apologizing all the way, and he's building him back up, and he's building him back up, and he gets him, and MJF wins his title back. And when the night he wins the title back, he turns back on Adam Cole, and he doesn't forget. He's like, I don't forgive you for anything. All the time you took away, you cost me my belts. You cost me part of my life.
I like it.
I mean, this is what we do. This is what we do. Anyway, that's what I would do. Most likely, they're going to have MJF defend all these belts for the next 6 months and never lose them. So. All right, we're going to move on. We got a pay-per-view this weekend, boys.
We do.
We got
It's going to be a watchable one.
What's that?
It's going to be a watchable one.
It is. It's 1.5 matches. It's 5 matches. WWE. It is, and it'll be a third of the length of any AEW show ever.
Well, it won't be, because in between those 5 matches, they'll have like twice the time used up to review everything that's happened in the last 6.5 months to build it up.
Oh, that's true. Because
that's what WWE does.
That no
besides tell you to subscribe and watch us now on the cock when you're already watching it on the cock.
Yeah.
Well, I believe all their pre-show stuff's on YouTube, so a lot of people watch stuff on YouTube, and that's a big audience.
The pre-show's on the cock.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that still don't. Believe it or not, not everybody has
Booker. And you get to see Stone Booker.
Stone Booker will be there for sure. Brian? Have you ever met Booker T?
Yes, and it's a weird story.
Were you buying drugs?
No, we were.
Were you selling drugs?
We were in Philly at the ECW arena, and it was Icons of Wrestling. So I'm at the USW table, and I'm sitting there. I don't know if it was me and Nunzio or me and Nikolai, but we were there just doing the USW stuff. And
Nunzio,
hey.
I keep in touch with him too all the time, but it's wild because we're just sitting there chilling, and all of a sudden, like, Owen was a little boy at the time, and my daughter Lacey was about 2 years younger than him, and he comes up and he says, "Dad, you'll never believe this." I said, "What?" He said, "I did what you told me to do. I'm passing out flyers for USW nonstop." He said, and Lacey walks over and hands one to Booker T and says, "You should come see my dad wrestle. He's really good."
And of course, Booker.
I was like, how did he respond to that? And he was like, "Thank you, sweetheart." He took it. He was like super polite to her and everything.
No, you just didn't say that.
He said,
"Exactly.
Do you know who I am?" He took him to the local grocery store and beat the shit out of him.
WCW champion, sucker.
Yeah, so
Funny.
Forceful firing from my daughter.
You dropped the N-bomb on your kid and rolled out.
Funny story. I've actually met Booker T as well. Not as good as your story, Brian, of course. But, back when WWE was doing house shows, still, they did one at the local baseball field up here in Frederick, Harry Grove Stadium, or Nymo Field as they call it now. But the first event that I went to, it got rained out, so I went. They didn't refund. They like, keep your tickets. We'll come back. And the second time, I got there early enough, and I was walking up as wrestlers' cars were still pulling in, and I had my World Heavyweight Championship over my shoulder, and I'm about 25, 30 feet away from Booker's car as it pulls up, and I see Booker and Charmel get out, and I yell, "Hey, Booker!" And I hold up the world title like, "You need to get this back, man." And he's like, "Dude, I'm going to." And then, goes into the Harry Grove. But yeah, it was like really cool interaction with Booker that day. So
awesome.
Who's this crazy white boy?
Yeah, pretty much
is what Booker was saying.
Yeah.
All right. So first match on the card, we have LWO versus Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Brian, I have a feeling I know how this is going to go. Bobby Lashley doesn't seem to be too happy with the Street Profits right now. LWO seems to be on the borderline of being deported or quitting, not being able to make it through as a group. Where do you go in this match here?
Man, well, I guess I'll be canceled as of tomorrow, but I guess I'll just throw it on out there. I am not a fan in the slightest of the Street Profits. Never have been, never will be. My kid wants to punch me in the face for saying that. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but right away, as soon as you said LWO, I'm like, all right, well, those guys are talented. I'm like, I will definitely go with those guys over that any day. Also, I'm not a huge Bobby Lashley fan in recent years. I was a huge Bobby Lashley fan back in the day when he was doing the stuff with, Vince and Trump and Umaga and this and that and whatever and all that stuff. But I'm not current day Bobby Lashley. Best thing that Lashley's done in the last couple of years was the storyline with Lana, and that was short-lived. So,
gotcha.
He won the WWE Championship in the last couple years.
Yeah, but
when he came back, they put it on him. But
yeah,
and he beat the Miz to do it.
Who did he put through the Teletron, the big screen? Did he put Braun through that?
It was Braun Strowman.
That was pretty badass.
That was. That
And
was.
we've only seen it 300 times, but it was pretty badass.
Well, I mean, at least it wasn't the superplex that collapsed the ring. I mean, it's cool the first time you see it, but afterwards, it's like, all right, we've already done this. Like every time Kofi Kingston does like a one-handed handstand and spins on his dreads,
Yep.
on his head to prevent himself from being eliminated from a Royal Rumble. First time, cool. All right, you've done beat that horse to death. Stop doing it. But anyway, I want to see Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits get this win. They've been trying to realign this Hurt Business thing. I'm a fan of the Street Profits. I like what they do, but having them losing all of a sudden, I don't like that. They need to get these guys a win. They need to get somebody else in this faction. They need to bring Shelty B back and put him in it.
I agree.
Maybe we get a returning Shelty B at this, like a secret re-signing.
That would be cool.
Well, there were some rumors of some guys that are re-signing. So,
Yeah.
Scotty.
Yeah, you know what? Again, I'm half and half on Ricky and what Brian is saying. I like the Street Profits, but I've as they've kind of gone on, it's kind of gotten a little old after a while. They're cool. They've done really good stuff. Like, who's the bigger one?
Montez Ford and Montez Ford and
Dawkins.
yeah.
Which was it? It was Dawkins in the chamber, right? A couple 6 months ago.
Was it Ford? Wasn't Ford?
That was probably the skinny guy is the one that they were.
Yeah, that's Montez Ford.
Yeah,
Montez Ford's
got one of the best frog splashes in the business, by the way.
Yeah,
they were trying to strap a rocket to his back for quite a while.
They thought about it. Yeah.
And I'm like, when I saw Montez Ford on his own, I was like, my gosh, this guy is insane. Like, again, I've known he was good, but just to see him on his own and what he could do, even inside a elimination chamber match, was wild. But that being said, like I said, the Street Profits have gotten stale. Bobby's gotten stale. The fact that they're trying to put the Hurt Business back together without the original Hurt Business people bothers the crap out of me.
Should have forgot about Omos. Omos and MVP.
MVP, Shelton Benjamin. Who was the other one? Was it Cedric
Alexander?
Like, I love Hurt Business. I wish they had kept it. The Hurt Business 2.0. I'm not sure where.
Nation of Domination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're dominate or not is the next question, but I honestly, I'm kind of torn between this because I like the LWO. I think they're a good faction. So honestly, this time I think I'm gonna put my money though on Bobby Profit. The Bobby Profits, I'll call them.
Well, I think there's a split coming here for LWO. I don't know exactly when it's going to be. It could be this Saturday. I think because Bobby Lashley is getting back into the ring, I don't think that they're going to lose. I think he's getting back in the ring to prove a point. He's a monster. Three of these guys together don't weigh what Bobby Lashley weighs. So I would almost like to see Jade show up and get with this group and absolutely her first go around be with Zelina, right?
That would be good, but from what I read, Jade is going to be on Monday Night Raw.
Correct.
Yeah, but none of that matters. These guys bounce back and forth. None of that matters. She'll be a floater. When she debuts, she'll be on Raw and she'll be on SmackDown. I promise you. And she might show up on NXT. And who knows? She might be taking tickets at the front door.
Anything can happen there.
They're gonna have her. They're gonna have her everywhere. Right? She's gonna be the new face here for a bit. And then maybe we get Bianca, and then it causes a bunch of shit. So we're gonna see. But I'm going with Bobby and the Street Profits. So next match is a match everybody wants to see.
Or not see.
Or not see, depending on and actually the picture is almost. Damn, he's a good looking man. We got LA Knight.
Yeah.
And John Cena versus What are
Solo
they calling
cut.
these guys now? Are they still Bloodline?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, that's right. You know, Scotty Solo is in that same Braun and not to jump subject here, that same line 104.
Oh yes, I
Solo's in there.
did too. Yes,
Yeah.
I did that solo.
Back to toys.
Sorry, my bad. The Usos here. So Cena's been finished his last few matches on his back at a pay-per-view. Do we see Cena losing again?
Not with LA Knight by his
Nope.
side. He's not.
Oh,
No, dummy.
They're putting they're putting a rocket on LA Knight's back, and they're definitely winning this one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't help break Cena's singles losing streak. But yeah, they're definitely winning this one.
Brian, who do you got in this?
I definitely think LA Knight for sure. Because the thing is WWE's going through what I call like when they see money in a guy, they start teaming him up with, or they start kind of giving him the rub with all these different guys. So he gets the team with Cena, he got to previously do stuff with Taker and this and that and everything. So it's like, you know where the money lies. It's in LA Knight. He's the future of the business. Like I said, it was weird last week on the episode with you guys when I read something that said that, he went out in front of a live audience and said he was going to retire and stuff. And I'm like, maybe that was just clickbait or whatever. I don't really know.
Definitely clickbait.
I was like, that was so weird. So,
he had just been pulled for COVID.
Yeah, COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, COVID. Scotty, who you got here?
I'm definitely going L.A. Knight. Yeah, and John Cena. But I will say, and again, I'm a little trepidatious about this match because I know the Usos, I know Solo and Jimmy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Solo and Jimmy are good. I know LA Knight can perform. My issue is John. The last couple outings we've seen, again, I know he's old. I know he's getting up there in age, but I really expect to see LA Knight carry this match and honestly carry John. So I'm just like, how, like, can John, pardon the expression, but can John get it up for one more match, be good? He'd be, at least kind of show some of the
I don't want to see that.
Yeah. Clear your browser,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, you don't talk about earnest stuff like that.
But yeah, no, I'm going LA Knight and John. I'm kind of curious to see how John is going to do.
I'm gonna agree with you guys. It's a clean sweep here. I think LA Knight and that bald spot is gonna put those boys to work. So John Cena all day for me. So
give you a 2-part John Cena story sometime out of my book. Go read it.
We're definitely, man. I cannot wait till we do that episode of
It's
Stories of Hardy.
It's
Story
ridiculous.
time with Brian Hardy, baby.
And we'll put a Jeff Hardy up, and that way people will click on it and be like,
There you go.
Hardy.
There you go.
Brian Hardy.
Great story though. But check out my book, Wrestling with Life, Rocking All Night. There's a John Cena story. It's from the same exact day, and it's a 2-part story. Once with just me and John Cena in the beginning of the day, and then later on me, John Cena, and Vince McMahon later in the evening. So
Gotcha.
Or just you and Vince McMahon.
Did you have to sign an
We could see
NDA?
it.
Yeah. Did you?
Did you just sign an NDA?
Close did you guys?
now I could talk about it. I mean,
Was there a
I just,
settlement? Was there a settlement? Just asking. These are hard
it was
questions.
there was almost a funeral. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
It was enough to literally make a young 21-year-old Brian Hardy feel like he was about to die. So
I think Brian is telling us that
I think Brian nearly walked in on Vince and somebody.
Yeah, him and Corey Wilson. I think Brian's trying to say that him, Cena, and Vince were Gorilla Monsoon's.
Get this
partner.
referee out of my office.
we were in Gorilla, but not Gorilla Monsoon. We were in the Gorilla area when all that took place. So
what is this? What is this hand doing here?
You're doing
All right,
it
we're
wrong.
gonna move on. We
that's
have
good shit.
Judgment Day versus Cody Rhodes in main event. Jay Uso for the tag team titles. Scotty,
This is gonna be an interesting match.
is it though? Is it gonna be interesting?
Well, so I have seen some interesting reports online saying that they might be building Jay up to turn on Cody, and Jay go, with the bloodline, or at least kind of go back towards the bloodline. So that's kind of what I'm interested to see. Like, what do they do? Like, the belts aren't coming off of Judgment Day. There's no, like, they just put them on. There is no, and with a
Tell Trick Williams that.
yeah,
Right.
it's true. It's like I said, it wasn't coming off Dom, and it did. So yeah, we'll see. I
Trick barely got that Velcro strapped.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, okay. So let's put the caveat on it. If they don't Trick Williams us in this situation, those belts aren't coming off Judgment Day. But that means, what do they do with? It's a makeshift team of Cody and Jay. So, like, I think there's going to be some kind of a turn. I mean, it seems like anybody that Cody works with turns. Like, he's supposed to work with
misplaced super kick, perhaps, that hits Cody by accident.
Yeah, it could be something like that. I mean, it could just be an outright. He could just Brock him, like what Brock did, when he was supposed to team. He just annihilated Cody and took him out. Like, who knows? So, but I think I'm going to go with at least. Is this a no DQ match? Is there any steps on this?
No.
So, there's no steps. I'm honestly going to go with Judgment Day by DQ. Something happens and
lazy booking.
Yeah.
Brian, Brian, let's hear what you
it sucks because I'm a huge Cody Rhodes fan as well. But I'm gonna go with Judgment Day on this. So,
right. Okay, Ricky.
Same. Like I said, it's gonna be I think a misplaced super kick or something along that lines where Jay is gonna hit Cody and Cody's gonna take the pin.
I'm going Judgment Day. Also, another clean sweep. I'm going Cody heel turn. Here we go. Dark hair Cody Monday night. Bucket. Bucket. We have a triple threat match. We got Asuka versus Charlotte Flair and our champion Io Sky. Io's only held this belt about a month now, I think, and she's defended it once. No, I don't even know how many times she's defended it. But I'm going to give you my pick here. I think Io retains here, and I think Charlotte takes the pin from Io. Right?
Yeah,
I think we're giving Io the rub here from Charlotte. So
agreed.
Yep, I don't think Asuka with her mom haircut and Charlotte with her bitchin' abs are going to get along very well here, and it's going to be a lot about them, and then Io is going to retain. Brian Hardy.
I know it's not going to happen, but I'm just going to say it just to be the different guy. I'm going to say Charlotte. So
okay.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me either if they went that way. What that would be 15 times if she won it.
Yeah.
Just a little bit closer to Papa Flair.
one away from Papa Flair, but
Scotty.
Honestly, I'm gonna stick with Jason on this. I think Io retains, and it makes sense that Charlie would eat it because again, they need to really get Io. I mean, she's over, but they need to give her that rub of pinning Charlotte. And I don't think the Asuka Io thing is over yet. So if they pin Asuka, then that kind of ends it for Asuka and Io, and I think they want to keep that going for a while. So I think Charlotte eats it, and Io.
But do you kiss your mom with that mouth? Charlotte eats it. Cena getting it up. You've been playing with wieners since 6:00 this morning.
That's true. Brian doesn't know that part of the story, but there was a glizzy party.
He's in our group chat, right?
Yes, he is in our group chat.
Brian thought,
Gotcha.
I'm the worst, man. Like when it comes to technology, like I barely get by. So like a lot of those times, even if you guys are messaging, I'm like, I'll try to catch up with that later.
Hey,
And then I never.
Just read it later.
You've written books and albums. You're good.
Yeah, I'll wake up on Thursday morning. Every Thursday morning is like 37 drunk texts from Wyatt and to Ricky about what's going on, and I'm like, great, now I don't have
Dynamite.
to watch it. I just read
but
about
this
it.
guy misses. But this guy misses. Hey, yo, bring my Hardway shirt to my store.
Yeah, right. Right. I have to get that Hardway.
I was going to wear that today for the show.
But you wearing that?
I know this is the next best thing. I only got 2 wrestling shirts right now. I still, for the life of me, don't know what happened to all my old ones I had. All my old Triple H shirts and Stone Cold and Jericho.
I have a ridiculous wrestling T-shirt collection. I know I have over 300 shirts in my bedroom, but I literally just decided to wear Dolly Parton.
I like it. Listen, anytime
everybody likes to wear Dolly Parton,
just her skin, her skin. Maybe we get a Kyrie Sane to show up. Ooh, maybe. She's only been under contract for the past 2 years.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Final match, our world heavyweight title match. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth freaking Rollins. They have been building this thing for 6 months now, with Seth's bad back and Shin destroying it and jumping him and this and that. Scotty, where do we go here? Does Shin finally get over here and get this belt?
Honestly, I don't know. Like, this is one of those matches. Like, I've lost a lot of interest in Seth Rollins. Like, he was an okay. I mean, he's a good wrestler. He's one of the best. But over the last year or so, like he's gone hot cold really like so fast. Like, he'll be in a hot program and then he just cools off really fast, and you don't care about what he's doing. Back and forth. And with Shinsuke, he's been in the mid card so much over the last 3 or 4 years, pretty much ever since that match he had with AJ at WrestleMania,
which was awful.
Yeah. So
one of the most disappointing Mania matches of all time.
Yes, sure as heck disappointed me. So like, it would be nice to see Shinsuke get the belt and have a championship, even though it's the second-rate world heavyweight title. It doesn't really mean all that much versus the actual WWE title right now. But
I mean, the Universal Undisputed
hot dog.
I hate Universal.
Whatever.
Hate Universal.
Yeah.
Get that out of there. Undisputed. Done.
Yeah. But so my call is Seth retains. So that's that. I really don't know what else to say, because honestly, this is that. Even though it's the main event, this is the bathroom break match. Like, I'm done.
Ooh, okay. Brian Hardy.
I really, 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 really would love to see Shinsuke be the champion. I just think that with the timing of everything going on, especially with AEW at the moment, I think people are always going to look at Seth Rollins as Triple H's boy. I think people are always going to look at him. And this is the thing. I'm a huge Tyler Black fan. So the thing is like, I'm not a Seth Rollins fan. I'm a Tyler Black fan. So it's really hard because I feel like I don't give him his due. Like, I mean, he works just as hard as anybody else does, if not harder at times. But I just can't give him what I used to give him when I would watch him perform in Ring of Honor and stuff like that. He does not have my undivided attention. But Shinsuke, I can remember the excitement when he was coming from New Japan to WWE, like how big of a deal that was and everything like that. And I don't know. I've always had a soft spot for him in my heart where I'm like, that guy definitely deserves to be on top. So I hope to see Shinsuke with the title.
Ricky?
I feel like they want to pull the trigger and give Shinsuke a run with the title, but for some reason, I think as much as they're trying to make you think they're going to stick with Seth here. But I'm going to say, Senior Money in the Bank,
I can see it.
Ooh, that's
Seth,
a good, I
Seth
like that.
is destroyed at the end of this match and escapes by the skin of his teeth, and he is just beaten to fucking oblivions. And here comes Senor Money in the Bank to cash in.
Okay.
I like
Let's mark this because there was a match a couple of pay-per-views ago. You called the same deal.
The double clothesline spot from MJF and Adam Cole where they pinned each other.
No, there was that dude, but I'm talking about you called Damian Priest cashing in, and it
Oh
didn't
yeah, that is right.
let we because I don't like. I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to do with that. Very quickly on a side note, because we keep wondering like, is he going to cash in? I honestly hope that he doesn't cash. That he cashes in on somebody else. Like if Cody wins the belt, the Universal belt down the road, I would love to see Damian cash in on Cody because at some point, because you've got a year from the thing, and by that point, if Cody gets the belt at Mania, or Rumble possibly, because it looks like it's gonna be Rock Rumble.
It's gonna be both at WrestleMania. It's 2 nights, bro.
True, that's true. I did forget about that, but
we are gonna be there.
Yeah, well, you guys are. I don't have the money for that.
Are you going too, Brian?
I'm going to be there in some capacity. I have not got tickets yet, but I said no matter what, even if I got to buy them last minute, I honestly believe that I'll probably be able to call somebody and just get the hookup on it. But if I have to buy them at the last second, I told my son we will definitely be in Philadelphia. So.
Yes, let's stay in contact for that because Ricky and I are going to be there also.
Yeah, your ass better call somebody. Us.
Hey, your ass better call somebody. Hey, so Ricky, I'm mad at you right now. I'm so pissed because you took my answer. I think that
fuck you.
Hey man. I think you're right. I think that Shinsuke absolutely. This is a no holds barred last man standing match. This thing is going to go for 45, 50, 60 minutes probably. That's why there's only 5 matches on this card because this match is going to go forever. And at the end of this, I think Seth Rollins retains. Unfortunately, I'd love to see them put this belt on Shinsuke. Shinsuke to me is a transitional champ. I don't think he can hold it forever or 6 months or 3 months or whatever. But Seth is gonna. I believe Seth retains, and we do get a senior Money in the Bank, which is gonna make me mad because my senior Money in the Bank case is not here yet, and I ordered it.
I think, and even if he doesn't cash in and win, it's going to be teased at least because, like you said, it's a last man standing match, and Seth is going to just be beaten to hell.
Yeah, they're. I think when they took the belt off of Dom, I think that they realized, wow, what a mistake. We can't do this yet. We cannot do that. We cannot take these belts off this guy yet. We have to give Dom the belt. We have to keep the tag titles on him. And now we're going to give him that world title. They're going to have, I said it 2 months ago, give these guys every belt that's in the company, even the one that's holding your pants up. I don't even care. Give them that belt too.
That's the other Chucky Manson belt.
Oh, that's yeah. Well, yeah. Sure. I think this is the way to go. I think it's time for Seth to go away for a little bit. I love Seth Rollins. I love to sing.
Every time he gets on a world title run, it seems like it gets stale real quick.
Yeah, and it's time, right? It's time. Now it's time. He did the heel run. He did the face run. Now it's time to go away for a little while. Bring him back 2 months or however long they want to keep him out for. And let him heal up. Let the guy heal up. This guy's been a workwork forever now. So
yeah, bring him back. Bring him back for the Rumble and let him start a new feud.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let him absolutely let him be Cody's first after Mania. And let him be Cody's first defense after WrestleMania.
Yeah,
so that's where I'm at on it.
Because they teased that feud already, but Shinsuke interrupted it.
Correct. So well, they already had their feud, right? They had a couple. That
was Cody's first return. His return to WWE feud.
Yeah. So let's do heel Cody versus face Seth Rollins after Mania. After
Yeah,
The Rock. After The Rock shows up.
Cody wins the title and says, "Fuck you." I
he
finished my story.
He drops it in the trash can and heads back to AEW. All right, we're going to get out of here. But before we get out of here, Brian Hardy, the man, the myth, the legend, second generational sensation. I'm not going to go into the whole yelling and I got neighbors. Tell us what you got. You always got some cool stuff going. You're a writer. You're a singer. I haven't heard you sing yet. We're going to have you sing on the show at some point. Absolutely gonna. We won't put you on the spot. We'll give you 10 minutes of warm up. So make sure you start drinking your lemon drink now. But Brian, you got. We're all toy guys. Well, Ricky's not so much a toy guy. We made him buy some toys. We made him buy some toys when he was peer pressure.
I already had a couple. Toys. I had a couple of them.
Okay, well, you can't count those ones that vibrate, bro.
No, not those. Not those.
I told you that.
Not those.
Anyway, Brian has got his own figure line coming out, and we need to see it, brother. Tell us all about it. I got the picture up on the screen.
Awesome.
So let's tell us all about this thing.
Yeah, so basically, United States Wrestling, which is my wrestling company, USW, is releasing its first action figure line, something that we started years and years and years ago with the hunt of trying to figure out. Now, in today's world, anybody can turn around and just go rip apart body parts and paint them and make a custom figure and stuff like that, which is fine and dandy and all. But to really be able to have mass production of a figure, whether it be a short-run duplication or whether it's hundreds of thousands of figures and stuff like that, it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort, a lot of money. And I have been searching like a complete idiot for years and years and years to try to find the perfect person to make a figure. And it started out as like a quest to just try to get my own figure made. For years, I had been someone who would see like Danzig from CZW and different people like that have their own figures. And I was like, man, this is cool. I really want to try to do this one day. I'm a diehard figure guy. I've been my whole entire life since I was a kid. So I was like, if I never get that WWE Mattel figure, or if I never get that AEW Jazzwares figure, I at least want to be able to say that I have an action figure. I was like, that is mass produced. I was like, even if it's on a smaller level, but I don't want it to be something where it's just a one-off and it's a custom that some guy made for me in his bedroom or whatever. And that's that. Like, I want it to be the real deal. So we finally found a company. They're located here in the United States.
Making a voodoo doll of you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna steal some of your chops.
Yeah, there we go. We found a figure guy out of North Carolina, and after years and years, like I said, I wish I could take the time to express and explain how long this took. Like, I mean, I was being quoted for years by different people, and it's like, oh man, I can make you 20 figures for $10,000. And I'm like, yeah, you can. Yeah. Like straight up, like
be tough on the resale value. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was just,
I think the theme of this show is fuck you.
Yeah. Let me give somebody
get that by YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's so crazy though, because to me, I'm just like, I'm always thinking about the fan number one, and I'm always like, because I was the fan that nobody thought about, so I'm like, I'm always thinking about the fan as number one, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to charge someone like $150, $160 for a figure. Not saying that there aren't people out there that won't pay that, but me personally, I would not pay that for it doesn't even matter if it was my favorite independent wrestler of all time. Like, I'm not going to pay that. Like, I don't know. So it was rough. We ended up scoring a deal. I got a manufacturing company that is doing the figures. Then it leaves there. I've got another company that is doing the paint. Then it leaves there. Then I have another company that's doing the bubble. Then it leaves there. And then I have someone that's creating the cardboard backing. So it's like 4 different companies all working under the umbrella of Brian Hardy to create this and make it come to life. Series 1 is myself, the second generation sensation Brian Hardy, with the USW Heavyweight Championship. It is stunning Adam Armstrong, who kayfabe brother, but behind the scenes, people don't know, for years and years and years, I am married to Adam Armstrong's sister. So he is my brother-in-law. So
keep her away from Christian.
Yeah.
So Adam Armstrong's in the line. We've got Danny Mays, the voice of USW since 2010 all the way to now. Danny has worked with multiple top tier independents across the coast, and he's actually worked for the Aberdeen Ironbirds, which is a baseball team and everything out of this area. Scored in that gig long ago just by him becoming a wrestling referee announcer. So Danny's doing so much cool stuff. He plays in a band, all that other kind of stuff as well, called Here's to the Night. But Danny's going to have a figure with the USW microphone, and the last one in the line for the first series is former WWF, WCW wrestler Playboy Bob Starr, who a lot of people might remember from back in the day wrestling the Outsiders on Nitro or wrestling Shawn and Diesel on Superstars and all that kind of stuff. I mean, the list goes on and on. Bob's wrestled everybody. We are going to have a figure where it's referee attire because Bob is a referee for USW, but you can take the attire off, and when you take the attire off, he's wearing his WCW outfit underneath. So
That's
it's super cool. Series 1 is definitely going to be awesome. I'm terrified. I'm scared that I ordered too little. I started out with 50 of each figure, and the price of each figure is going to be $50, which we just announced today on the USW page. But I'm terrified that we ordered too little because I got a lot of people already messaging me in there, and just seeing people's comments on the USW page and stuff like, definitely need a Brian Hardy figure, definitely need a Bob Starr figure. And I'm like, all right, like this is a little scary
Does
now.
it come with real Brian Hardy chops?
He does have the chops on the figure, so I'm like, it's really weird.
Is it real hair? Is it real hair?
I wish it was. Years ago, who was it? George the Animal Steel had like the real hair on his classic Jack Superstars figure and stuff.
Yeah,
I should do
I
that.
just had to look up to see if I had it.
Scotty's still picking the hair out of his teeth.
Put some Gorilla Glue on the sides of the figures, and it's going to be cool. I'm excited. We are doing 10 variant figures for each series. So like Brian Hardy might have in one figure blue trunks on, but then for his chase figure he might have orange trunks on or something like that. So it's going to be cool. We've already got stuff lined up for series 2. I am absolutely terrified because, like I said, I was way in over my head from the start. Like when I saw the number on paper that I was physically going to have to shell out, I started panicking. I was like, I don't even know if this is doable. Like, I don't know if I'm ever going to make this back off of this or whatever. But it was way better than anything I'd ever been quoted before. So I said, just bite the bullet, spend the cash, make the figs, and we'll see where it goes from here. And fortunately, I'll put it that way, not unfortunately. Fortunately, I think that it's going to turn out to be probably such a huge success that it's going to open up a lot of doors for other things to be. We're talking like full-blown play sets and stuff in the future. And I'm like, my kids keep bugging me. You got to find someone to create a ring. You got to create a ring. If you got the figures, you need to have the ring. And I'm like, like that's a lot of cash.
Is it possible that Series 3 has a manager?
Oh, Jesus, here we go.
You never know. You never know. And the one thing I say about pro wrestling is never say never. That was another thing I was going to say about all of my guesses earlier on who's going to win or this or that, and even pertaining to like talking about the Street Profits. I don't think the Street Profits aren't talented wrestlers. I just don't think that they're my cup of tea. So that I want to clear that up real fast because I think everyone in the wrestling business has a spot, has a place for them, whether good, bad, and different. I think everybody that's in pro wrestling can have their own little niche in pro wrestling. But I mean, I digress. But yeah, you never know. You can see a manager in Series 3. I know in Series 2 we're seeing a referee. In Series 1 we're seeing a referee. And anything can happen. Series 1, we're seeing a ring announcer. So I
do know that there is a manager that is looking over a contract right as we speak for USWA. So I don't know how many managers there are in USWA, but yeah, we'll see.
First off, it's USW, not USWA. USWA was Jerry Lawler's promotion, so I don't know how many managers.
Oh, wait a minute. This isn't. All right, I'm out of here. This is. I'm totally.
But with USW, there's quite a bit of managers in USW moving forward, but I don't think any of them have really cool, awesome shoes. So
I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine the chases with the silver shoes and the gold shoes and the black and the gold shirt and the woo? Oh my god! Where's my money? Where's my money? It's all around me.
Ryan, no, because you know what he's gonna want. He's not gonna just want
Mine's gonna vibrate, Scotty. Relax.
No, he's gonna want everything to. He's gonna want his glasses to light up. He's gonna want his shoes to light.
Now, wait a minute, my glasses don't light up, bro.
One of your pairs did. The one you wore TCW the first time we went lit up.
Oh, did they? I don't know.
Yeah.
I have so much gear, I don't even know, bro.
No, he's gonna want his glasses to light up. He's gonna want it. You're gonna be shelling out so much money.
It's going to be a light up Prince Nana dancing figure.
Oh, can I get the elbows to turn?
I don't know. And see, the thing is too, real fast. So we'll talk about that really quick. I don't want to hold you guys up forever, but so many people think that we were not doing movable like articulation, like oh, they can't afford it. No, I was doing that on purpose. Like I purposefully made sure that I went back to the days of, like I said, the old school Galoob figures. That's what these are based around. A lot of people compare them to LJNs, but LJNs are like the 8 deal and these are like the 4 deal. Right. So I would call them more Galoob than anything. But so many people are already, the rumor mills are already, oh man, he didn't go the full extent. He didn't get like articulated arms and legs and this. It was like, I didn't want it. Like I wanted that old school wrestling figure that was like just posed, like didn't move, didn't do anything special. Like, and I'm like, maybe down the line we'll get those changeable heads and changeable hands and this and that and whatever. I was like, but I wanted to take it back to like the late 80s, early 90s, and I wanted to make these figures as old school as possible. Even the packaging, I wanted the packaging to be as old school and like, oh my God, I'm walking into Kmart and there's the figure on the shelf. This is awesome. Like I wanted it to have
flashbacks.
Oh man, when wrestling was wrestling. So
Scotty had flashbacks.
No, I'm super excited for you. I mean, I'm joking about me getting a fig, which would be fucking amazing, but I would buy every one of them. So you're gonna make all your money back immediately.
That's like my ring announcer. He said the same thing. He's like, bro, I am like probably just gonna buy every single one like right away. He's like, because I've got so many concerts that I play and so many different things. I'm just going to constantly want to have these on my merch table at like whatever shows I go to do or whatever. I'm like, not even going to be mad about that. I really am trying to give the fans a fair chance, which is also why we didn't do pre-order. Because I figured that if we did pre-order right now, some crazy wrestling fan would probably buy like 10 or 12 of the same figure.
That's not a bad thing, bro. If you're trying to make some money,
it's not from the financial end, but for the real collectors, it's very tough. So if the real collectors don't get a chance to even make a purchase, then that's kind of rough. So I was like, we'll start at the first night, like before we do any types of pre-orders or anything. The very first night that USW comes back for our big first return show, not a big showcase or a little showcase, or anything, a full-blown show, which is on March the 9th, 2024. That will be the first night that people will be able to see the figures on the table at the merch stand. They'll be able to see USW magazine on the table at the merch stand. And then more importantly than that, we're going to have replica wrestling belts. So there's a lot of stuff. You guys see, Hardway's the first people to get that. Nobody even knows that we're doing.
Oh my goodness. March 9th is available for Jonathan. I believe I'm not booking myself. I'm just saying, I know that.
There you go. Hey man, anything is possible in this wild and crazy.
It absolutely is. Unless Jonathan Cross is DJing, then it is not possible. So.
Hey, I'm stealing a page out of your book for this upcoming weekend. My son and I are DJing tomorrow night for a wedding.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
I don't do it often, but there was a friend of the family that asked, and hey, I'll throw you a couple $100. And I was like, yeah, cool, let's do it. So.
A couple $100? You would never make it in my world. We'll have to talk about that kind of stuff. Do you have your own sound equipment and all that stuff?
Yeah. My back room is like a complete like recording studio setup.
Gotcha. So I got you. Well, if you want something a little bit more mobile, that's got probably 4,000 watts of fucking sound. Let's Fired Up Entertainment know we might be able to help you out. Awesome. Anyway, That's going to do it here for Hardway. Thank you, Brian, again. We love having you on. You're welcome to come on anytime you want. I'm always going to beg you to come on.
Thank you guys. So it's fun, man. It's fun to hang out with all you guys and talk wrestling.
Your insight, your stories are not as long as Scotty's. That's why we like you. Scotty, Ricky, same for you guys. Thank you so much. We had. Why do I have?
You're echoing.
Echo.
Yeah. Oh, not sure why I'm getting an echo here, but that's weird. I've never had an echo before.
Because you probably hit something.
How about now? Ooh,
Yeah.
still there. Anyway, we're gonna fight through it. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We're going to get this uploaded. It'll be all the fans and all Brian's fans, because that's pretty much who we're talking to now is just Brian's fans. Be able to see this here shortly. So, again, thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.
On the hard way.
Peace.